Have you ever seen a chimp with no hair on it? They're the most terrifying muscular things. And he goes, that exists? I go, yeah. He goes, what do you do? I go, they took me into the trees and they were playing catch with me. What the? How did you get? That's what I brought up. That's what I brought up right there.
Oh yeah, they're 9 times stronger. They have 9 times more of the bone density than we do.
Yeah, well there you go.
And their ratio of like adrenaline, ours at the most goes from like 0 to 1. Theirs goes from like 0 to 11.
Oh my
God. That's why, and they're stronger. So that's why a chimpanzee can drop 3 stories from onto cement and just walk it off.
What? Really?
Yeah, that's how strong they are.
Oh, you know your shit.
They rip your. I said, well, I had to work with them in a movie, and I said, I want to learn something beforehand.
Oh, really?
I went down to the LA Zoo, and they said, okay, if you're going to work with these guys, just never turn your back on them.
It's dangerous.
And he said, what?
Never turn your back on them.
And he said, just don't ever turn your back on him. He said, why? And he did this to me. Well, I said, see that guy right there? I've been taking care of him for 18 years. I've been, wiping his ass, giving him food every day. I turned my back on him one time. He did this to me, and he looked up and he's missing a finger.
Oh shit!
Bit my finger off. Then there's a guy who.
Well, there he is. There. That's the picture I brought up.
Oh man,
that's
what
a
movie was
chimp.
it, Rob?
That was The Animal back like 19 years ago.
I remember that movie.
So, anyways,
enjoy that. Enjoy that. Look at those hands built for cruelty, just built to rip you to shreds.
Yes, exactly.
I said that's.
Well, there's another thing. There's another guy I was working with. He said, I was working with a chimpanzee. You can only work with them until they become get their incisors and become like adults, because you can't work with them after that, because they want to take you out and take the other guy out. So you can only work. So it's not a good idea to work with wild animals, and I wouldn't do it again.
No, you don't work with adult chimps.
No, you can't.
Hey, B, remember when we were trying to hire one when we were shooting that comedy show? And we had a baboon.
This is the guy that I work with. I work with Louie, who was the orangutan, and this is his handler who worked with this chimpanzee, and he told me this story. He said, well, let me tell you this one story. He said, so I was with this, chimpanzee, and he was like, 10, like not quite 11 years old, and he liked to ride in the car in my pickup truck on my shoulders. And he said, then we're driving back to the place, and then all of a sudden I felt this warm liquid coming down my neck into my chest, and I look over and it's blood, and I go, and he bit my ear off. So he said, it was everything I could do. It was like my elbow. I said, he's my elbow. I was punching him as hard as I could, and screaming, punching, and I barely was able to get out. And then I had to keep the door closed because he would have come out. If he would have got out, I was barely able to. Well, he would have ripped somebody else's face off.
Do you remember that lady who was on like Maury?
Ripped her face off.
That lady was on Maury. She was sleeping with literally sleeping with him in a robe. She would give him like Xanax and shit and wine.
I'm sorry. Wine, stem glasses with red wine, taking baths with him, okay?
And then like reading to him.
And give him Prozac.
And then one day she has like a guy friend come in fix the plumbing or something.
It was a gal.
No, it was a guy.
No, it was a
Wasn't
woman.
it a guy?
It's a woman. She changed, and what happened was she changed. He was a 200-pound male chimp. Great job. Fully grown.
Fully grown.
He had changed. She had changed her hairstyle that day. She got her hair done. And that chimp saw her and went, "I'm gonna eat your face and all your and all your fingers, and all your fingers."
Yeah.
So she lost all her fingers.
Remember he ripped her face.
That's
off
right. They eat your face.
Well, what they do first is this: it's like a fight. It's like, well, I'm gonna do things. So first of all, I'm gonna bite off. I'm going to bite off all your fingers so you don't have a chance to poke my eye out. First thing. Then I'm going to bite off. Then I'm going to take off your jaw so you can't bite me back. Yeah. And then I'm going to bite off your nuts so you know this is serious.
That's literally what they do.
Because the jaw and face
it's
didn't do it.
So if the jaw and face didn't do it, the nuts didn't do it. Then it's like, hey, at that point, the chimp wins.
Yeah, you won, man.
Let's chimp a sake and let's fight very seriously.
Unbelievable.
Well, there's that great show, Fatal Attraction on the Animal Planet or one of those, which says these idiots that take wild animals and say, I'm going to live with a snake, a python. And it's like, and he loves me. He's sleeping next to me. God. The python's sleeping. He's also stretching all the way out. He's like, he's measuring you to fucking eat you.
That's exactly what he's doing, dum-dum. That's what he's doing.
Like somebody had like a Komodo dragon, and every day he was like, he'd lick me. And he's poisoning you slowly, slowly. And then eventually ate him and killed him. The guy. You got to watch the show Fatal Attraction. You never seen it?
No, sounds fantastic.
You know what you're going to do?
That's
you're going to
amazing.
watch this, and then you're going to stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning. You're not going to be able to stop watching it.
Sounds fantastic.
I obsess over that stuff.
Fatal Attraction.
I didn't feel bad for this lady that was attacked by that chimpanzee. It's
she didn't know.
She didn't know. It's not.
She came to see her friend.
Oh no!
A horrible. He's eating my friend.
So as the
he fucked up the owner too.
As the chimp was eating the
just the lady.
Just the lady. So I checked this out. As the chimp was eating, killing her, she stabbed him with a knife, and he looked at her like this. He stabbed her. Yeah, he goes, "What'd you do?" Then the cop came and shot that chimp 3 times in the chest, and the chimp still climbed up on top of the roof And then then they unloaded on him a bunch of other times, and he finally died.
Yeah.
But 3 slugs from a 9mm, and the chimp was like, "I'm good. I'm gonna climb this. I'm still gonna climb the fucking house."
Yeah, no.
Have you ever touched one? Because I've held
yeah.
a chimp, a
No,
baby
it's-
chimp. They're made of wood. Their muscles are wooden.
Yeah. No, I remember because this one guy was the one, 9-year-old orangutan he was working with in that movie, The Animal. He was just like, the first day he liked me. I was a new thing. The second day he was bored of me already. And I remember because he had this one scene where he had his hand around my throat, and he was just like, literally like, his hand was like iron. Yeah. And he just started squeezing my throat. And I said, am I going to fucking die right now?
Probably. Yeah, I don't like primates.
Well, no, it's another level, and like you have to like respect.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
telling you, their bone density is 9 times more than us, but it's the adrenaline
Is that true?
part.
Their bone density is 9 times.
9 times, and their adrenaline level can go up. I think it's 11 times more than us. So that like the fight or flight thing.
Yeah.
So
they fight.
so when you combine that bone density and that muscular,
and giant
strength,
teeth,
and you combine that with like this is like. This is something that's swinging vines and trees, and
and think of a 200 or 200-pound male chimp, like what that would do to you.
Well, there's also there's 400 pounds
in the Congo, sir.
Yeah,
Some big boys
in the Congo.
Yeah,
they call them the leopard.
You don't see one living with a gorilla.
You don't look them in the eye when you go out there. My friend did that.
Well, I do. You guys don't.
Remember that baboon? Remember the baboon? He told us not to look at him in the eye.
Yeah,
my friend went out
baboon,
there.
Yeah, don't look him in the eye.
My friend went out there. It's like it used to be called Rhodesia. What's the country now again? It's
Zimbabwe now.
Okay. He said so. He went out there, and you could go out there, and there are these plains gorillas. They're out in the and so there's like the last group of them left, and visitors go out there, and you pay money, which is great because instead of these guys who would normally be killing these beautiful
you're talking about the
lowland mountain
gorillas?
gorilla, yeah.
They're
And so
taking
you go
tours
out
now?
there, so you can do a tour, and it actually pays for the park, pays to maintain, and pays to protect these animals.
Yes.
And so it's really a good thing to go do.
Yep.
When you go out there, they tell you there's certain behavior that you do not do. You don't stare, the silverback in the eye.
Yeah, don't fuck with the silverback.
I'm not going on that tour. I'll just give you the money.
No, but here's the thing.
Silverback ain't hearing a fucking
but
peep
there's
out of
communication. You said you go out there. I said my friend Chaz Edelstein. He said he went out there, and he said, so what do you do? Is you don't look him in the eye, and you sit down and you just let him know you're okay, and they tell him there's it's like I'm just everything's cool, and he'll give it back to you.
You ever see that video where the mountain gorillas, the big male just walks by one of the guides and grabs him by the ankle and just takes him for a little drag? Do you see that? Bring that up. Mountain gorillas. So they're watching a troop in the Congo. Mm-hmm. They're all these naturalists, and it's like you can pay to do this, and they're all like this. They're all sitting there and they're really quiet. And this giant male comes walking by, grabs the motherfucker by his ankle, and just takes him for a little drag.
Well, that's like Harambe with the kid, huh?
Is that one there?
Yeah, grabs him, man.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
Gorilla grabs him out of nowhere.
If you
the
guys
second one down.
The problem with people in California is they don't really realize that there's another rest of the country out there. And that's why you get your Deborah Messings and stuff. It's like, hey, there's another country out there. And it's like you leave 45 minutes outside any big city, it gets a little weird. Yep. And like you have...
Look at this, look.
Whoa.
Wait, is that guy napping?
No, he's just lying down, trying to be cool.
Yeah, that's what you do. It's like, hey, man. Whoa. But like like there, for instance, you probably didn't know this, but there are 5,000 lions privately owned by people in the United States. At least
I'm fucking loving how much you know about animals.
You know your shit.
Well,
what a terrible idea.
I'm fascinated. Oh, it's a terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
Because they outgrow. It's just like, when you used to have people used to have little turtles, which have hepatitis A in there.
Yeah,
You don't want that.
salmonella and shit.
Yeah, but we had them all over we had turtles and stuff. And then, some places they'll get you can buy an alligator. You have an alligator and all of it gets too big. Let's get rid of this damn alligator.
Well, the problem was in the 70s and before they passed it, you could buy Nile crocodiles for you had to go through 3 hoops and buy them. So dummies in Florida would have, I got a Nile crocodile. All of a sudden this Nile crocodile gets to be not more than 5 feet, and it'll bite everything.
Don't they?
Let's put it in the Everglades.
Well, they have a problem in Colombia, right? Because Pablo Escobar had hippos and real crocodiles.
But they have this now in the Everglades. They have Burmese python.
Yeah.
If you try to sneak in a lemon or an orange into that, they'll tackle you at the airport.
Yeah.
But if you try to say, what have you got in the bag there? What is that? Is that Burmese python? All right, bring it in. Just make sure it fucks everything out there. Let it go out. So what happened was during Hurricane Andrew, was when people just abandoned their homes and the roofs got blown off, and a couple of these Burmese pythons got out there, and each one of those is able to lay like 200, 300 eggs.
Yeah.
So you have like a Burmese, you put up Burmese python
a major
eating
python
alligator
problem.
Yeah, look at Burmese python
in the
alligator.
Everglades.
Dude, I don't mess with Florida. I don't go into any bodies of water.
So here's what you got. You got 40-foot pythons out there that are literally they'll eat an alligator, and then the alligator will rip it and explode it. So there's like it's incredible. It's not these two animals are never supposed to meet.
Well, they got Nile crocodiles. They think they have
In there?
saltwater crocodiles
In Florida
because they got loose. Handlers couldn't take care of them and just let them loose in the Everglades.
Wow.
And they have had, and if you can look it up, they have found some Nile salties in the Everglades.
That's a disaster.
Which are
nightmare.
Dangerous.
Super dangerous.
Like, look at that right there. It's unbelievable. So they go hunting. Now you can get like a tag and you can go python hunting out in the Everglades.
That'd be kind of cool. I
I wouldn't feel bad about that at all. I mean, I'm not a hunter
make
of
some
stuff,
boots.
but like, if you're going to, that animal should not be there. They have to get that, depopulate that area.
At that shit. Look at
Unbelievable. Well, that's the thing too. Florida's always the weird shit happens. It's in Florida.
It's
some
always
weird
It's
kind of thing.
always in Florida.
A guy who's, the homeless guy's face. Remember that story?
Yep.
Homeless guy
Ate
got
his
his face
face.
eaten.
Yep.
Imagine I felt sorry for the homeless guy. He's like, hey, there's a naked guy running towards me.
Yep.
Hey, I said, what if he, I wonder what he wants. Maybe he's going to try to fuck me. Well, whatever. I haven't been fucked in a long time. What are you going to do? He's eating my face. I did not see this coming.
I didn't see this coming. But because Florida.
Look at that.
Is that real?
I don't know if that's real.
No, can't be real.
It's not, but
I don't
it's
know.
still pretty
But
cool.
it's still a good picture. I'm glad somebody took the time to do that. That's like a horror
Shout out to
film.
whoever did that. Definitely Photoshop. Look at the lady.
I'll tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Watch your tone.
Okay. What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Use some of that boxing you've been doing?
Don't you fucking disrespect.